drink some water. Dare I say, I love my job. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but I'm at the park with my daughters. I figured I'd kind of do an update on the Amazon locker position while I'm here with them. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm actually right next to the freeway, as you can see, right next to the freeway. Let's get a nice little panorama. Nice little panorama of the park. Now I gotta set my phone back up. Alright, so yeah, let's get into it. Hopefully I can explain as much as I can from what I already went through. In the last video, you seen kind of my testimony on the hiring process. Basically, my first day, basically. So in the first day, I went through a lot of training courses. They showed us a lot of things that we would be doing. We didn't necessarily have the scanners to do a lot of the things they were showing us. So they told us we don't have many of the things you need to do to kind of get your feet wet. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have you go through a training course again. It was just like the training course you go through when when you're going through your orientation and whatnot. So it was very similar. So now let's move on. The next, I guess you can call it my second day. My second day there. My phone keeps slipping. So my second day there, we actually do get the scanners, and we get a lot of other things as well. Some people got their badges. I still haven't got my badge yet, which is, unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we get our badges. We get a little PIN code. We get passwords and so many different things. Okay, so the second day, we actually get our feet wet. We get down and dirty with the customers, so to speak.
Więc zobaczymy teraz.
So we start getting customers coming to the little counter that we have, and they're checking in returns, and a lot of them are surprised that the process is so easy, right? They say, is this all I gotta do? I just gotta bring it here and without a bag or a box, and you just scan it and that's it? And we're essentially telling them that this station, or this Locker Plus, is a no questions asked, no boxes, no bags. You don't have to get everything set up. You just bring the item, and then we scan the item and throw it in the box, and we scan the barcode on the box, and that's it. So it's hassle-free, very hassle-free process. So when I come in, I start at 12:45 to 5. Well, actually, that day, I started at 1 p.m. and got off at around 4:40 or so. So when I got in, there was already someone working the morning shift, and he was going through a lot of the process that I was gonna be going through after he left. So we then swapped shifts. So he had left, or actually they made him stay, I would say 2 hours longer, to kind of back me up or see how I do things, to give me a little help. So he stayed, and then we kind of got to learn a little bit from what he did. He gave us some tips and tricks on what to do if issues arise, or if customers say, you know, if customers have questions about certain other things, he gave us little tips, I guess you can say, on what we can say or what we should say, which was beneficial. It was definitely helpful, because this will be the first time that we're there getting our feet wet. It was me and I believe one other lady, and so it was me and her working together for the afternoon shift. So all in all, it's a very, very simple job, very easy. I believe the Locker Plus position is probably the best job Amazon has. Now, I haven't tried any of the other jobs, so I can't just, you know, solidify my statement just by saying it. But from what I went through, or from what I experienced, I gotta say the job is extremely easy, like super easy. Super easy. It's super fun. You get to deal with customers. If you like interactions, this is definitely a good job for you to start in. And the best thing about it is I'm inside Whole Foods, right? I'm inside a place where they have vegan options, where they have so many healthful foods and items. And I went through the aisles to kind of check it out and see what they had, try to check out the foods and what have you. So they have a lot of hot foods, a lot of you know, snacks and things of the sort. And this particular one has vegan pizzas, vegan burritos, vegan tacos, everything you could think of. So I was like extremely happy just to see those things there, because if I'm working there, you know, on my break, I can go grab me a cheese pizza or something. I can go grab me something to eat without having to worry about bringing lunch from home. Usually my wife would make me something from home. You know, she makes, you know, vegan meals and whatnot. But when I'm going to Amazon, I don't have to take a meal. I can go straight to the food court, get some hot food, and be good for the rest of the day. So I got a few videos with I got a few pieces of footage that I'm gonna also include in this video as well, and I'll probably just dub it, like go over it with a voiceover just to let you know what's going on in the video, and probably try to explain a little bit of the process of customer returns and the Locker Plus position. Now, even though it's called the Locker Plus position, the building that I'm in, the area is very small. So we're actually supposed to be taking returns solely alone. And what I mean by that is there's only one person taking the returns. Before we got to, I believe it was the third day of working there, I was working together with another woman. Working together with her for like, actually I was working together with her for like 3 days. And working with her with 3 days, we just watching each other's backs, you know, kind of trying to get a feel for the process. But after that, it was just me alone. I would come in at 12:45, which is my shift, and then there would be another person there when I get there who probably started around 9 or so, 9:45 or so. And we're both together until he gets off, which is around 2 hours later. And then it's just me. It's me alone, taking all customer service orders, or returns, I should say. So there's a lot of things that may happen if you are alone. I feel like it would be better if you work with a partner or with a team, because you can't really get into, you know, issues a lot, because you got help. So if you really did get into an issue, you can just go to somebody else and say, hey, this is what's going on. Do you know what I can do about this? Or you can go to another person if that person doesn't know, and then say, hey, what do I do about this? What should I do about taking this return? Or what do I do in this case? So where I'm at is different. You don't really have nobody to go to after the person who was before you leaves. It's just you. So you have to come up with the solution on your own, or you can contact your supervisor or manager on the computer, on the laptop. Now, there's been instances where I've tried to contact my manager, and it took quite a bit of time for him to respond back. So then in those cases, you would have to like directly call him or message him on the phone, get his cell number, his private number, and call him on that, because the computer, I'm not sure if they actually receive the messages that you type on the computer in a timely fashion. But I know when you call him, like when I called him, he picked up, you know, pretty fast. So in those cases, those instances where you do not know what's going on, or you have a problem with a customer, you call your manager, he lets you know what you can do, what are the options, and you go from there. But it's very important that you understand your orientation instructions, right? So when you do go through orientation, everything that it gives you as far as your overview, right? Make sure you remember it. Make sure you have a good sense of what it's trying to tell you or help you to understand about what you're supposed to do.
What did he say?
I know that probably may have confused a lot of people, but just hear me out. When the orientation gives you instructions on scanning certain boxes or going to different functions in the scanner, make sure you remember that. Like, write it down or have a mental note of what you need to do, because those things, remembering it comes in handy. Trust me, it comes in handy, because throughout me working with the other lady that I work with, my coworker, and the other individuals that we come across when we come in to do our shift, they don't know what they're doing. Like, they really don't understand what they're doing. They have a hard time remembering a lot of the process, and they have to, you know, either ask me or ask someone else, what do I do about this? Or I forgot what I'm supposed to. And to me, when you forget what you're supposed to be doing, and I'm not bashing on them for forgetting, because, you know, our first days, you have to kind of get caught up to speed with what you learned, and you got to remember a lot. But when it's like the third day of you doing it and you don't remember what you're supposed to be doing, it's kind of like, were you even paying attention? You know what I'm saying? Were you even actually focused? Or did you remember anything from the training or from what the manager taught you in the first few days of training? Because when the customer comes to return an order and they expect us to get the order done quick, easy, painless process, and you're still trying to figure it out, you know, you get a bunch of you get those times where customers is just looking like, did you just start today? Is this your first rodeo? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, I don't want to say that you know, they're just terrible workers. They don't know what they're doing. They don't remember things, because it took me a while to kind of get into things. It took me like a day or two. Maybe like the first day, I was still trying to figure things out. But once you get the concept, then it's easy. Everything is like extremely easy. You don't understand how easy this job is. This job is literally, you get a scanner, you scan the customer's QR code that they have for returns, and then on the scanner it will say now scan the label that's on that item, right? And then we have these little labels that you take off and you put it on top of the item. Then you scan the label that you put on top of the item, and then it says, okay, now scan the box that item is going into. You scan the box, it says complete, gives you a little check mark on the screen, and that's it. You tell the customer, thank you so much, your return is in the process, or your refund is in the process. Have a good day, or you're good to go, whatever you want to say. That's it. That's all it is for the whole day, or for the 4.5 hours that I work. That's all it is. Now there's other locations that work longer, if I'm not mistaken. Like they probably have 8-hour shifts and whatnot, but where I'm at, we work 4.5 hours. So for 4.5 hours straight, that's all we're doing. We're scanning returns or scanning the items. Then we grab a label, put it on the item, scan the label. Yes. Yeah, you can get some water. My daughter want to get some water. Let's watch her drink. Okay, so yeah, so that's essentially all you're doing. You scan the item, scan the label, scan the box, then throw the item in the box, and that's it. Now you may get orders that have multiple items, right? So people having 10 items to return at one time. So in that sense, it's the same thing, but now the process is a little bit more complicated. You have to now scan the items individually, and you have to do it one by one. So say they give you one item, you scan the item, or you scan the QR code, it tells you there's 10 items in this return. You confirm with the customer and ask them if there are 10 items that they want to return, because maybe they changed their mind. And they say, no, actually, there's only 9. I want to keep one of the items. You say, okay. So you scan the QR code. It tells you how many items the customer is going to be returning. And then you grab labels. You put it on the items. And you can do this ahead of time. Once they bring their items, they're going through their phone trying to look for their QR code, their return code. And while they're going through that and taking their time getting the code, you can be putting labels on the items. So it'll make the process a lot quicker. So then you scan the QR code, then it shows you on the scanner what item it is. So say they bring a book and they show you the QR code, you scan the QR code and it shows the picture of the book, then that return is for the book. If it shows a different picture, then that code was not for the book. So you want to say, I'm sorry, sir or madam, this is the picture that is giving me for that return code. Do you have this item, or can you show me this item first? And let me plop my phone back up. So you do that, and then so they get the item they get whatever item the picture is showing on the scanner, and you scan the label that's on that item. After you scan the label, you scan the box, put the item in the box, and then the scanner will go to the next item. It will say, okay, now it's some markers, right? Or it's some makeup or something, whatever it is. Now you tell them, can you find this item for me? Now the scanner is giving me this item. Can you find that? Actually, you only have to scan the return QR code once, and then it'll give you a list of the items that they're returning. It'll say 10 items, and then it'll show a picture for the first item. And then you scan that, or scan the label for that, then scan the box, put the item in the box. Then it says, this is the next item. You scan the label for that item, scan the box, put that in the box. And that's all it is. That's essentially all it is. Hi, how you doing? What are you doing?
Fine.
Alright.
An email regarding your confirmation.
Right here.
No fast one.
Alright. This one. Oh, these look nice.
That's all I need, right?
Oh yeah, give me just a moment. Alright, you're good to go. Have a good one. How you doing? Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
You got a pickup or a return? Return. All right. All right. One. Give me just a second. We got you covered. All right, you're good to go. Did you want a free bag? We're trying to get rid of these bags. We have boxes and boxes of them.
There you go.
Yeah. Have a good one. How you doing? Pretty good. We're getting rid of the bags.
I can tell.
Yes.
I can tell.
You might have to bring the next box out.
So you guys have to do what you're gonna do.
Yep. Now, the other process is stowing items. Throughout the day, you may have a driver. Maybe it's an Amazon driver. I'm not sure if we had other drivers come in, but I think they're mostly Amazon drivers. So the Amazon driver comes in with just maybe like a bag full of packages, or maybe just a few packages in his hand. So he comes in, he tells you the number of items you're supposed to get, And all of this, mind you, is on your laptop on a website. I would say a website which is I think it's called Fetch or something like that. Fetch dashboard. So on your Fetch dashboard, it gives you your daily what you're supposed to be receiving that day as far as items, packages. It tells you you're going to be expecting 20 packages, right? And when the driver comes in and he brings the packages, you have to stow those packages in little cubby holes, or where I'm at is cubby holes. But I believe there were lockers there before I started there was lockers. Because I often hear the customers saying, what happened to the lockers? There used to be lockers here. And I'm like, I don't know. I started today. I don't know about the lockers. So you scan the item that the driver gives you, and you go into a mode in your scanner called stow, right? And I'm pretty sure there are people who work for Amazon at other stations doing different things, and they know what this stow represents or what it means. Basically, stowing is just putting the package in a certain area. You go in your scanner to the stow option, and then it says scan the package. Now the package we want to scan is the package that the driver brought, right? So you grab the package from him, you're in your stow mode on the scanner, and then it says, okay, so now scan the package. You scan the package, it gives you a beep. And then it says, now scan the location where you want to put that package. So then you scan the location. Once you do that, it just tells you that it was a successful stow, and you go to the next package. And that's it for that, pretty much. It's not rocket science. It's ABC 1, 2, 3. Baby, you are me, girl. Pretty much. So you do that. And then they try to coach us on how to stow properly. They call it proper stow etiquette, which simply means what they're trying to tell you to do is make sure the packages are all facing a certain direction. And for us, we make sure the label of the package is closer to the edge of where it's stowed at. Because you can flip a package and the label will be closer to the wall, or you can flip it the other way and it will be closer to you. And the reasoning behind that is just so that you can scan the item easily, right? If the label is closer to the wall, you have to pull the package out just to scan it. If it's closer to you, you just scan it, right? It's closer to be scanned. And they call that proper stow etiquette. And you want to make sure the labels are also facing the same direction. And for us, we make sure they're all facing the right, looking towards the right. In this video, it might look like I'm pointing towards the left, but towards the right. So, and that's, I guess, proper stow etiquette. Another thing is, after you fill up a box full of packages, then you want to go into a, I believe it's there's another app on the scanner. There's two apps that we use on the scanner. One app is for stowing and getting picks and processing returns. The other app is for closing out boxes. Now, when we close out boxes, when they get full of returns. So when they're full of returns, you take the box and you tape it up, right? Take the box up, and then you want to go into this option in your scanner called driver pickup. And this is just telling the drivers, I guess, or the UPS drivers that there are packages that need to be picked up from where I am, which is the Whole Foods. It may be different from where you will be working or where you work. So you close out a box, you tape it up, and you click driver pickup in the scanner. Once you do that, it's going to give you some instructions on how to close out a box. It tells you need to make sure that there's another box ready, you know, as you close the one that you just closed out. Make sure there's another one ready, another one that's taped up and has a label on it already, so that you can continue the process of returns for the customer. But it also tells you to scan the box that you want to close out. So then you just scan the label that you've been scanning that's on the box, and then that will close the box out. That will tell the drivers that there is a box that needs to be picked up from this location full of returns from Amazon or for Amazon. So once you do that, you want to put the box in an area where you know, you can stack boxes in the area. We usually stack boxes on a push cart, so that when we have the time to do so, we take all of the boxes that were full to the back, to the I guess the stock room where the drivers come to pick up the boxes. Okay, so you do that. What else is there? You do that, and then the picking. Let's go to the picking process. So for the picking process, when a customer wants to pick their item up from your location, they go into their phone and they say, I want to pick up my item. I'm gonna be there shortly, or I'm already in the store, I'm going to pick up. Once they do that, it'll tell them to wait 1 minute, and that gives the associate time to go and find their package. But when they click, I'm coming to pick up my package, the scanner then beeps. It does like a few chimes, and it's telling you that there's a customer who's getting ready to come to pick up their package. You need to you know, hurry up and find their package and have it ready. So when you click pick, it'll give you the location of that customer's package. You go to the location and you scan the package, and then it tells you to place the item in overflow. Now overflow is just the area where you place packages, you know, for customers to come pick up, or you place packages there for you know, sometimes customers say they're going to pick up and they take their time, or they don't come as fast as you thought they would. So the items will remain in the overflow until the customer comes to pick it up, or until you scan it back into where it's supposed to go, you know, or until you go back into stow mode to scan it back where you had it. So when the customer comes in and they come to your desk, they show you their code, their barcode, which is a code that is for pickup. You then scan the code, and then the scanner will tell you these items are in overflow. So now you don't even have to go back to the stow area, because they're right next to your desk in the overflow area. So then you just scan those, and then it tells you, it actually has like a list of the packages that the customer is supposed to receive. So you scan them, and then it shows you on the scanner that item is checked off the list for them. So once you scan everything and the whole list is checked off, then it says right under the list, delivered. So once you have everything scanned out, you want to press deliver or delivered on the scanner, which means you have essentially delivered all of the packages to the customer. You want to make sure you press that, because if you don't, then those items will remain on the scanner, and then you will have to go through the process of manually taking them off the list because you didn't press delivered when the customer received the package. So all in all, I gotta say that it's fairly easy. It's like extremely easy. It's super fun too. Super fun. You get to talk to the customers. You get to make jokes. You get to see what they got as far as them buying items and them returning it. You know, you get customers who return bras. You get customers who return like clown hats. I mean, you get customers who return cowboy hats, candles, makeup, accessories, all kinds of things. Like, it's very interesting. But dare I say, I love my job? Dare I say that I love the job? Like, I actually love the job. It's super fun. There's nothing wrong with it that I can find. Only thing wrong with it is when you get those customers who are impatient, right? They come up to the desk and they're like, how long is this gonna take? Or they start to, you know, scrunch up their face and they're just annoyed for whatever reason. But I understand. I know people have different things that they go through in their lives. Maybe somebody did something to them prior to them coming and they're just frustrated. But they take out the frustration on you. And in those instances, you know, you're like, you kind of wish that you weren't the one that had to receive the backlash, but it is what it is. Like, you can't just allow that to you can't allow something like that to ruin your day. Just because someone else's day has already been ruined for whatever reason, you can't allow that to taint your day, to take you from your happiness. But all in all, if I was to rate the job, I would say it was, from what I did so far, I would say a 8.5 out of 10. 8.5, and that's got to be like the highest, like that's got to be a very high score. I'm gonna just say I like it. I really love it. I'm gonna just say I love the job, man. It's really cool. And you get paid weekly, which is nice. That's one of the good things about it, is that you get paid weekly. So yeah. Drink some water. Dare I say, I love my job. Got the backdrop. Yes. Whoops. So I'm definitely gonna have some footage in the video. I try to get as much footage as I can on the process, or you know, different things that I was able to record while I was working. It gets a bit tricky trying to record the process, but yeah, I gotta say it's an extremely easy job. I was planning on trying to do the Amazon shopper job as well, but I gotta wait until they put up some listings for it. Then I possibly might switch to that. But if I could, I would just stay in the Amazon locker job. Actually, like where I'm at, it's not even a locker job. It's a counter. It's called Counter Plus position. So yeah. Why I keep messing up? I keep blocking my camera. So yeah, make sure you share this video. Make sure you like the video, comment, share it with your friends, or share it with someone who's interested in getting into the Locker Plus position. I definitely appreciate it. To everyone who's been commenting so far. I know I just started my channel, but I thank you guys for checking it out, for watching, taking the time to see what the video has to offer. There's gonna be more videos coming. I've been extremely busy, so that's the reasoning for me, or that's the reasoning for why there hasn't been any videos uploaded as of late, because I've been doing the Amazon and the post office. And so also, if you want to get some merchandise for the post office or for Amazon, you can check out the link in the description and go to my store, and you can purchase some Amazon gear, postal service gear as well. All right. This is a little station right here, you know what I'm saying? So we use these scanners to scan a return code, and then we put it in the box over there for returns, and that's it pretty much.